Despite her large following of 17 million, Ronda Rousey's social media engagement seems low, with only a few thousand likes per post. This has led some to believe she may not have as many active fans as it appears. Rousey's recent actions, perceived as hypocritical, egotistical, and out of touch with reality, have contributed to a negative perception among some fans. This negativity culminated in a perceived decline in her social media following after a recent misstep. The reason for some fans' satisfaction with her setbacks could be attributed to her perceived arrogance. Early in her career, Ronda Rousey's confidence could be seen as warranted. She dominated for 4 years, winning every fight offered. However, a concerning pattern emerged. 9 of her 12 victories came via armbar submission. This repetitive strategy led some to criticize Rousey as a one-trick pony. While her judo skills were undeniable, her striking ability was considered a major weakness. As early as 2012, questions arose about her overall skill set. Critics pointed out her lack of striking and questioned if she was truly a well-rounded mixed martial artist. These concerns about her striking have been highlighted in online compilations showcasing her technique. Some fans even commented on her weakness during her peak, suggesting her striking needed improvement. Despite some clear weaknesses in her striking, Ronda Rousey continued to project a confident image, which extended beyond her fighting career. A turning point for some fans was her 12th and final UFC win. Her perceived arrogance, evident in her facial expressions, seemed unshakable. As one commenter noted, this lack of humility might have been detrimental. This victory may have instilled an overconfidence in her striking abilities, leading her to neglect improvement in that area. This proved disadvantageous against her next opponent, Holly Holm, a highly accomplished boxer. In contrast to Ronda's perceived arrogance, Holly presented a humble and respectful demeanor leading up to the fight. Despite pre-fight claims suggesting confidence, Ronda's performance didn't match her words. The outcome, a knockout loss to Holly's kick, seemed to contradict Ronda's previous assertions of invincibility. However, instead of acknowledging defeat, Ronda reportedly offered excuses for the loss. Some perceived these statements as self-serving attempts to elicit sympathy. Despite the vehement dissent in the comment section, it was abundantly clear that Ronda's hubris knew no bounds. She saw herself as impervious to defeat and showed scant regard for her adversaries. The prevailing statement was that her comeuppance was not just deserved, but necessary to bring her down from her pedestal. ESPN's article titled "Rooting for Ronda Rousey is Tough" cast a harsh light on her double standards. While she publicly lambasted Floyd Mayweather for his history of domestic violence, she was romantically involved with an MMA fighter facing similar accusations. Adding fuel to the fire, revelations from her 2015 book exposed her own violent behavior towards an ex-boyfriend, recounting a disturbing incident of physical assault. This glaring hypocrisy undermined her credibility and intensified the backlash against her. Her bold assertion that she could best the male heavyweight UFC champion drew widespread incredulity, with fellow fighters and online communities alike dismissing it as absurd. UFC fighter Ian McCall diplomatically acknowledged her prowess, but ultimately labeled her claim as nonsensical. Meanwhile, Reddit users mercilessly ridiculed Rousey, citing instances where her performance in sparring sessions fell far short of her bravado. One particular damning video surfaced, showcasing Rousey's evident struggle during a sparring session. This served as ammunition for critics, who sarcastically suggested that facing her would present about as much challenge as contending with an enraged toy poodle for a heavyweight fighter. The mockery only intensified as her shortcomings became increasingly apparent, prompting many to question her once unassailable reputation as a dominant force in MMA. Ronda Rousey's dominance in MMA was challenged by Holly Holm in a surprising defeat. This became even clearer in her next fight against Amanda Nunes, who knocked her out in just 48 seconds. These losses marked a turning point in Rousey's career. Ronda's post-fight struggles were evident, with some media outlets speculating it could be her final fight. While Rousey never admitted defeat, her hiatus from MMA seemed to confirm these predictions. Despite these setbacks, Ronda has shown resilience, referring hitting rock bottom as a catalyst for personal growth. Her return to the spotlight might be an opportunity to rebuild her public image. In January of 2018, Ronda Rousey inked a full-time contract with WWE, marking her transition from MMA to professional wrestling. Surprisingly, following her debut match, she garnered widespread adoration from the audience. The Washington Post remarked on the enchanting effect she had on fans, noting their enthusiastic support for Rousey, evident in chants of "yes" erupting intermittently. Online reactions mirrored this sentiment, with comments expressing delight at seeing her joyful demeanor once more, prompting a reconsideration of any previous animosity towards her. However, there was a cautious optimism tinged with concern, as some feared the potential mismanagement of her WWE career by Vince McMahon, the chairman of WWE. Subsequent events seemed to validate these concerns. Rousey was pitted against Becky Lynch, a fan-favorite wrestler, which quickly led to her portrayal as the villain, eliciting books from the audience during her matches. The storyline intensified when Becky shared mocked-up mugshots of Rousey, provoking a heated exchange between the two on social media. In response, Rousey lashed out, criticizing Becky's wrestling skills and launching personal attacks. This drama spilled over onto Rousey's YouTube channel, where she continued to criticize WWE and pro wrestling as a whole, exacerbating tensions with the wrestling community. Despite WWE's decision to temporarily remove Rousey from the show, her criticisms persisted, with her asserting that those offended by her labeling of pro wrestling as fake fights lacked experience in real combat. This stance further alienated her from both WWE and wrestling fans. Despite her public statements, 3 years later, Rousey returned to WWE, albeit with an air of superiority. However, her demeanor suggested a lack of enjoyment, particularly evident in her dissatisfaction with fan reactions. Her attitude conveyed a sense of disdain towards pro wrestling, indicating a belief that it was beneath her stature. Ronda Rousey's social media comments regarding professional wrestling created controversy in 2019. The hashtag #FireRondaRousey gained traction online. Shortly after, her time with WWE ended. Ronda has since pursued other ventures, including endorsements and writing a new book. Discussions surrounding the book included references to her past MMA career. While promoting the book, some online comments revisited her previous fights. Ronda responded on a podcast, leading to further discussion. Ronda's career path remains to be seen, with some fans speculating it may have reached a turning point. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.